31st of March, Onyx in Linwood, the next instalment of MTB. We'll find out what it's going to be called just a little later on when we speak to the main event and the main man himself, Mr. JR Morrison. I'm Stuart Allan for CSTV. JR Morrison, and welcome back to CSTV.
Stu, always a pleasure.
Thank you very much for joining us once again. Ricardo Luiz, you get to face the man himself again. Before you took some time out, that was your last opponent, I believe.
The last opponent on home soil, aye.
On home soil?
Yeah.
So you're going to be facing Luiz on the 31st of March on MTB, on the next instalment MTB. You've had a fight since then as well against Davie Ferguson, which we'll touch on a wee bit later on. But first of all, we've got to talk about how your preparation's going, and then we'll have a wee look at the fight and see what went wrong the last time, what went right the last time, and what your plans is.
How we want to change it.
How you're going to change it. How you're going to change the outcome more than anything else, I think.
Definitely, aye.
So, we're in here at OB's gym, obviously home to MTB boxing, Muay Thai boxing as well. John O'Brien's gym. You settled in here now because obviously, before you took some time out, I think you were fighting out under Vinnie McWilliams.
Yeah.
I think you were sort of a couple of different places, weren't you?
Yeah, aye. I always class that as home in Vinnie's gym, but I never actually left Vinnie's gym. Vinnie closed his gym. Because if we were never to training, obviously I was already training up here, so I managed to mould in, and then it just was a perfect fit. So
you're finding it quite at home?
Aye, definitely, yeah.
In OB's gym. He's got a great stable of fighters as well. He's got a lot of amateurs, but he has got a few A-class fighters under his wing. We're a solid group. So the gym's buzzing now. There's all different things happening in the gym, but over in the corner where we train, we're a solid group. There's maybe 6, 7, 8 years, and we're a solid, tight group where we come in and we know we're all going to be there. We're not just training, we're all chasing the same goal. You've still got Lloyd in your corner?
Lloyd's still there, yeah. Lloyd is the main man in the corner. And then we've got Rude, Ewan McIntosh. Obviously he used to fight, I used to train with him quite a lot, but he's now stepped back, so he's now probably my main training partner, and he's a really good friend of mine as well. And then we've got Stevie Houston as well, who will be like the third person in my corner, if you like. So it's just there's a lot of knowledge in the corner.
So these are the three guys that
they'll be the three guys in the first of March.
Ricardo Luiz, you fought him for the WBC Challenge belt.
Yeah.
Quite a grand occasion. The video we're about to watch is sponsored by Musclebound as well. I'm going to go through this. Have a wee look and see some of the sections. I know those bits in this you don't want to see again, but I'm sure the fans are going to want to have your opinion on it, because not many people would have heard what you want to say about the video, what you want to say about the fight. So here we are, beginning of the first round. If you can talk us through what's going on here.
So your game plan right from the start was exactly what's happening here. Just as soon as the first bell goes, we train just to come right out of the blocks and just not give him a second to breathe. Just constant strikes, which is happening here. So he's not really got an answer.
And these leg kicks are very, very powerful. You can see that in Luiz as well.
He's hanging on, he's kind of, it's as if he's out of sorts, and we're only 30 seconds into the round, and he's hanging on because he's needing a break. He needs to try and reassess what's happening.
That step in elbow is something that you're particularly good at. Is that one of your favourite weapons?
Aye. Yeah, it works quite a lot, and we drill it a lot in training. I mean, it would work against him because obviously he goes a dead tight guard, and it will split the guard right out the middle every time. It's just I just don't know if he's ever fought at that pace. A lot of people come out and they like kind of warming into a fight, they like going through the motions and then go, right, that's round one out the road. Whereas we train to go round one, that's our start. Do you know what I mean? We don't warm up. We did that in the Chinese round, then we come out, we were ready to go for it. Look, he actually looks at his corner there, as if with the idea he's looking at his corner for help, do you know what I mean?
See, that's the nature of the Thai rules, isn't it? You know, you see fighters tend to come out first 2 rounds, they're sort of just trying to find out about the other fighter, try to feel the other fighter out, see what the
I've never understood it. I've never understood it, and I've been to Thailand that myself, but I just don't understand why people do it.
I don't understand it in this country. You know, I can understand it in Thailand when there's betting and stuff like that.
Big money on the line.
We don't have that here. So, you know, I think people, I think the fans look for fighters to come in right for the first bell. They want to see them fight. They don't want to see them messing around.
You catch people cold in that as well.
Yeah. So, do you think maybe he's come in thinking, right, we're fighting the traditional Thai way, we're fighting traditional Thai rules, so I'm going to come in, I'm going to sort of take it easy for the first couple of rounds and see what happens.
He's from a kickboxing background, more kind of kickboxing style background, so I'm not sure. I don't know if... Basically what I've done there is I broke his rhythm.
Yeah.
Maybe he in his previous fights he's just come out and kind of get set in his own rhythm, whereas I've come out and I've just started throwing, so he's not getting a chance to go into a rhythm. As soon as you break somebody's rhythm, I think you're a step ahead until they can manage to do something to change that, or they can then try and break yours. But if you come out right from the start, you break somebody's rhythm, you're a step ahead of them for the rest of that fight until they do something that changes the direction.
So here we are, 1 minute 30 on the clock, 1 minute 35 to go. And you can see him on the back foot. You know, you're moving forward all the time, he's moving back all the time. Anytime you get close, he's automatically going for the clinch. But he does look at his corner a lot.
Yeah, quite a lot. Especially, I know I've said it, but you're still in the first round. I mean, normally, say a third round or a fourth round, you can maybe imagine a fighter doing that, but the first round, for somebody to be looking at a corner like that, in my opinion, he's a broken man after half the round. So he's cowering, do you know what I mean? I don't know if he's maybe thinking to say, right, if I get the first round at the road, he'll tire, and he's maybe thinking, right, I can pick it up for there. But at no point was I worried about in this first round anyway, about what he was going to throw.
The first rounds are very dominant. You know, he doesn't really have anything, he's got no answer for anything you're throwing at him at all. Nice elbows on the inside.
Especially, it's just, when you look at him, I've got a wider selection of shots that I'm throwing. Do you know what I mean? I'm throwing boxing, elbows, knees and kicks all in one round here.
It's all combinations.
It's no single shots. It's as if he's just getting into a shell and trying his hardest not to get hurt here. See, he's throwing singles, do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm always coming in combination, 2, 3, 4 hits. This frustrates me, really does. To see how well I've done the first round and then what comes after.
We kind of touched on that in the last interview, you know, where we spoke about, that takes us to the end of the round, we spoke about, you felt as if you kind of switched off a wee bit, you were sort of a wee bit overconfident, if anything else, you sort of settled into your rhythm, you thought,
this is it, it's just another day at the office.
It's another day at the office, it's not going to be an easy fight because, you know, A-class fights are far from easy at any level, regardless of who your opponent is, but you've sort of settled into that rhythm, you think, you know, I've got this, you know. So then move on to the second round. So here we are coming in at the second round, and you start off exactly the same way as you left off in the first.
Just come out firing, do you know, he swings wildly there, and it's so, do you know what I mean? So to me that says he's still looking for that one shot.
Well, we look at the corner there as well.
Again, he's swinging, he's not even looking, do you know what I mean? It's just, it's as if it's a desperation. Here, it's as if he's. I don't know. I've never been in that position, so I don't know what exactly to say, like what he's thinking or what he's feeling. But
it's as if he's spoiling at that point. You know, he understands that you're going to be dangerous in the clinch. You're dangerous when you're that close to him. So instead of, you know, working with you in the clinch or fighting against you in the clinch, all he's trying to do is
again, it's every time you get a chance. I mean, I know people always say look at your corner. And they'll guide you, but he's looking at his corner, every chance he can get, he's looking right at the corner. And as well, when we're at strike range, he's all single strikes every time.
Even the only sort of double shot he throws is the double jab.
Aye.
Just as he throws a 1-2.
See, but it's just big wild swings. It's head down and just swinging and hoping.
So I think this is from here on in, this is where you start to slow down a wee bit. It looks as if you're starting to take your eye off the ball a wee bit, and this is where he starts to capitalise.
I think the 8 count's coming up here soon, and if you watch it closely, I actually give him the opening. It's frustrating because so there, he steps away, and I should step towards him. There, I should step towards him. That doesn't give him this shot. It's in there, and it's a real swinging, wild shot.
It's again, you can see that.
He does catch me clean, drop. He doesn't take that away from me. He catches me there. It's a clean shot, like you say. One shot, one kill. That's what it takes. You know what I mean? But at that point there, I didn't get up on wobbly legs. I was up and I was fine. But to be honest, I was probably fighting on autopilot.
Yeah. You'd slow down from that point for the rest of the round. You can see that you're no firing 100 on all cylinders there. You're no 100%. This is, you're slow.
It's catching me there. And see as well, it's looking at it now. It's silly. I'm still getting into a striking war room here, even though I've just been picked in for an 8 count. I'm still getting into a striking war. When really I should have been safeguarding myself. I should have been using the ring to get away, or tying up in the clinch. Do you know what I mean? Just to give myself that time till the end of the round. So there's only 30 seconds left here, but instead I'm refusing, and it's just.
You're still throwing combinations.
I'm still just trading with him in striking range, which is, like I said, silly me watching it, but I ain't going to stop. Don't mean you need to do that, you fucking stop me. See, it's as if I'm just throwing well, I'm still throwing crisp combos. I still know what I'm doing.
At that point, at the end of the third round, in fact, from the knockdown all the way through to the end of that round, to the end of the second round, sorry, he's still throwing wild. He's not throwing with a great deal of accuracy.
He's not being clinical.
No. You can still see, you're still trying to focus on the combinations.
Aye.
You're still trying to focus on the clean shots. But you can see those shots coming through. This is us into the third round. You can see that your head's a bit clearer now.
Exact same again, just, do you know what I mean? I don't know what nails. So I'm not there to warm up and mess about. As soon as that nail goes, I'm going to start fighting. He seems as if he's upped his tempo a wee bit, do you know what I mean? Maybe he's got, but again, it's just wild swings. If he'd set up his boxing a bit better, he would land more shots, do you know what I mean? He doesn't set it up, he just banging it, it's a big massive wild swing.
These combinations again. This is a low blow, and I spoke to you about this before the interview. I asked you, why didn't you take more time or that run just so the folks at home can see. At this you only take 5-6 seconds.
Aye.
When you could probably have a couple of minutes there if you really pushed it.
Aye.
Your head's probably not 100% at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you, instead of thinking, right, okay, I could use this time to recover, get my head back in the game again, is it something you saw in him? Did you want to get back to him, or was it something else?
Stupidity.
The macho thing.
The macho thing coming through, because I'm thinking myself, if I take longer, then they're going to say, he didn't actually need that rest. He was just using it because he spiced it up at a time, which an experienced fighter would do.
Oh.
But again, referencing back to the second round where I was out my feet, not at my feet, but I wasn't 100%, but I was still throwing, whereas I just wanted to get right back in there. I didn't want to wait about and for a minute, 2 minutes. I just wanted to just get right back in and start fighting again.
Yeah.
Again, when I switched to Southport, I'm quite comfortable switching between stances, but when he stumbles away there, it's as if I'm just not convinced by him.
You see him when he stumbles there, he comes back across, and again as he comes up, he's not focused on you, he's focused somewhere else. At this point I don't even think he's looking at his corner either. You know, he seems to look across to the right hand side, across to, you know, maybe his cornerman's probably about halfway up the ring, that, so maybe he is looking at his corner. You still look as if you're in control, you're in the middle of the ring.
I'm pushing him back,
you're coming forward all the time. And it's only when you notice that in the sort of latter part of the second round, it's only when you start giving him space that he can start coming forward. When you're playing, when you're fighting your game.
I'm putting pressure on him, I'm not giving him a chance. You know what I mean? It's somebody put me down for that. There again, he's just glancing. Fair dues, you get a bit of advice, but I just don't think he should be. But I don't look at my corner talks. We discuss that in between the rounds, and then we know exactly what we're doing. There's a bit here, he steps up there, but I should step forward there. Instead, I step back and I give him that chance to come back in like we were talking about.
You give him that space. And
then I've basically just gifted him the shot again, the exact same shot in the exact same position of the ring. Amateur stake my behalf, that shouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean? It was basically just a mirror image.
Yeah.
Around two. But obviously this time it's done me a wee bit more damage. It's frustrating, it's so frustrating watching it.
So we'll take us slow motion here and talk us through what's happening, talk us through what's going on.
They are trying that stabbing elbow again, it lands every time, but I just think it's errors on my part. If you look here, I've watched it that many times, I can tell you step by step what happens. He steps off here, right, so there, I should be stepping forward there. He's even stumbling, do you know what I mean? I should be stepping forward and just keeping up the pace on him, just keeping that pressure on him, but instead I step back, which allows him to come forward to me. And it's now giving him the shot here. I'm trading against the ropes, which is an amateur mistake as well, which we always get taught not to do that. So there, left out there, and then it's a big right, bang, and it's lights out. But he never worked that shot himself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it's just
where he steps off here.
Aye, there's a bit. It's
just coming up here. So it's this bit, he steps off here.
He steps up. I should be stepping forward.
You should be taking your distance there.
Aye, but instead I leave a bit there, which allows him. He's taking deep breaths. So he's got enough time to take a deep breath and assess what's happening. Then go right now. I can go, and I've given him the chance to come forward. Do you know what I mean? Which, when you look previous to that, I hadn't given him a chance at the end. It's like the first round, I never gave him a second to the end. But again, like I said, he sets it up with the left hand and right. But trading against the ropes, that's just something that we don't do.
Yeah.
So I've gifted him it.
So that was the end.
Aye, that was it.
Ricardo Luiz.
I can remember, I was lying on my back and I was saying to Jim Walton, I'm fine, let me fight. And as soon as I said that, Jim just waved it off. I know Jim personally, he's from Euston. And I spoke to him after it and he says, he looked at him and my eyes were just gone. He said that's why he waved it off. Because I messaged him and said I'm fine. He was like, you won it? He said, I can see it.
And that's what the referees are for.
Aye.
The referees, the majority of the time, are there to save fighters from themselves. Because a fighter will not give up.
If I'd stood up there and healing fight, I'd have fought on. I wouldn't have said, nah, I'm alright, I'd have fought on.
And that's when you start taking damage. Unnecessary damage in situations like that. You've been down twice, the chances are, after that, you're going to get caught again.
You remember as well, I'm fighting on a concussion there. So for that first 8 count, I'm then concussed.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting on a concussion, and I've just been picked on again. Whether you want to count that as a second concussion, or still the same concussion for the second round, it's dangerous to your health, but see the thing is, we know what we sign up for.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, fighting is a dangerous game. You know what you sign up for. So it's not as if I'm sitting here going, oh, I didn't want that. That's what I want.
So after the Luiz fight, I think you fought again after that. Did you?
Went to Thailand.
Went to Thailand after that. But then you had, I think it was close on 2 years out.
Nearly 2 years, I think.
What made you come back, first of all? I think we touched on this in the last interview, but just to go over it again, what was the drive to make you come back?
Through that 2 years, I was kind of drifting in and out, looking. I'd lost the hunger, so I was drifting in and out looking for the hunger, trying to do boxing, do amateur boxing, come back to Thai boxing, waiting for that thing to come back, go right, this is it, it grabbed me again, but it didn't happen. And then when I was back training for maybe a couple of weeks, and John O'Brien had asked me if I'd want to fight December, and he said, who would you want to fight? Would you rematch Polly Dempster? And I knew he could finish his sentence, and I said, aye, I said, sign up for that, sign up for it. So that straight away, and then grabbed me again, because I knew I'd something to come back to. It was, see when I took that rematch against Willie Dempster, and I'm taking this rematch against Ricardo Luiz, it's nothing personal towards them. It's a mere personal thing for me, because I know I'm a better fighter than Willie Dempster, I know I'm a better fighter than Ricardo Luiz, but the two have got obviously knockout wins on me, so it's a personal, I need to prove to myself that I'm better than them, do you know what I mean? So it's like competition. I'd probably say that's what made me come back, is the competition inside.
You know, so you want to expunge that defeat on you, that loss on your card.
Aye, just to confirm it in my own head, do you know what I mean? Just to, because I already know, right, I'm 100% there's no doubt, but if you watch that video back, you know I'm the better fighter.
Yeah.
But the record doesn't show it, so I then need to take it back and then just prove to myself, and when I prove to myself, I'll say, right, it's confirmed now, do you know what I mean? I've reassured it in my head.
And of course, it's not taking anything away from
no, not at all, no.
You know, when we say that as well, you know, you're the better fighter on the night. But that's the nature of the fight game. You know, one punch can change everything.
One shot, one kill. That's what
if you throw one punch in the whole of a fight, if it's that punch that lands in the right place at the right time, you're winning that fight. It doesn't matter what your opponent does.
Like we were just saying there, we were saying he was just swinging wildly. See if that's what it worked for him, then who's defaulting for it? Do you know what I mean? If that's what you do, if that's what he does, that's what he does. And if it gets some wins, then you can't fault the guy. Do you know what I mean? But it's just, I know I'm a mere complete fighter then.
So you were scheduled to fight Willie Dempster on the MTV Winter War just before Christmas last year, 2017. That fight fell through at the last minute. What happened there?
I'm not actually 100% sure what had happened. It was a Thursday morning. I think that the week leading up to it, Willie Dempster contacted John O'Brien and asked if he could do a video weigh-in at his own gym, which obviously he refused. Because it's an A-class fight, you need to weigh in at the weigh-in, so we refused that. I'm not sure that's what day it was, but and then on Thursday morning I was in my work and John O'Brien had phoned me and just said that Willie Dempster had pulled out through injury. Whether or not he was injured, I don't know.
Is that a fight you would hope to get again? Is that one?
No. I'm past that now. Do you know what I mean? If it had happened in December when it was meant to, then it would have been brilliant. But I'm kind of past that now. Do you know what I mean? I've moved on for that. I'm not willing to train for 12, 16 weeks again for the same thing to happen. Do you know what I mean? I'm not willing to sacrifice that much when I can instead. I know he'd contacted John and said to match it for this March show coming up, but I've got Ricardo Luiz, and in my opinion that they're the same, but I'll gain more out of fighting Ricardo Luiz, and that'll do more for my career than what it would rematching.
Willie Dempster's a big domestic fight. This is a big international fight.
Aye.
You know, who doesn't want a big?
It's just one of the ones where, don't get me wrong, if the chance come up, and I never had a lot of options, then I would take it, because it'd be good to just get that one back. But as far as I'm concerned, I had my fight for December when David Ferguson stepped up, and now that it's behind me. It's just there's no point dwelling on it.
So of course that was, you know, David Ferguson from the D-Units Davie. It was David that stepped up to at the very last minute, just a couple of days ago,
2 days notice,
before the fight. I know he doesn't have a lot of A-class experience. I'll leave this turn down because there's no crowd noise over the top. It's just music. I think he beat you in the walk-ins. That's.
Oh, definitely. I don't know if it was just getting excited in that guy. See that there? See, remember that? Obviously, that's my first fight in 2 years, right? So see when I stepped up onto that walkway, but I actually just stood and said to myself, "This is me. This is JR Morrison. This is what I'm about." Because a lot of times, you always hear people saying you need to find what makes you happy, and that'll like kind of spur you on. Can I see when I walked through that ropes and I looked ahead and it was just a mass of bodies, I just couldn't help but smile. Do you know what I mean? I was happy. I was thinking to myself, this is what I'm about.
So unfortunately, all we've got here is the highlight video. I think it's about a minute long or something like that. But there is an awful lot of highlights in it. Davie Ferguson, in fairness, I think he was outmatched. I think he was, they underestimated, I know this for a fact because I spoke to him afterwards, he underestimated the power in you, he underestimated the strength of you. And he said that, in the clinch, he just couldn't do anything.
I feel...
He felt as if he were just hanging off him, and, he just couldn't do anything. It was just the strength and the power was just too much.
To be honest, clinching isn't a big, massive part of my game, which... Although it worked for me a lot in this fight, see when we were getting into exchanges, I could feel, I could feel the fight draining out him. See, because a few times I had him in traps and in holds, I could just feel, and I was thinking to myself, I can feel him slowing here, I can feel him as if he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But again, you know, this is similar to Ricardo Luiz. I mean, it's no secret as to how I fight.
Yep, it's that elbow again, the step in elbow.
I caught him quite a few times as well.
You did. Something his girlfriend, his partner, wasn't very happy about, because she didn't know she was on holiday with all this, and she didn't even know he was fighting.
But you see the fact that he stepped up on 2 days' notice. That's massive.
To take not only a big fight, but a very dangerous fight for him. You know, that was a dangerous fight for him coming in. He knew that, his corner team knew that, but they still took it. And you can't ask for better than that from a fighter, you know, for somebody that's willing to step up. In a main event, at a couple of days' notice, especially against somebody that's as dangerous as you. Fair enough, you've been out for a couple of years, but that doesn't make you any less dangerous. If anything, it might make you more dangerous because you're more hungry.
See, that's what I said to a few people after the fight. I know, and I don't want this to sound bad to you, but I know I was out for 2 years, but there's still levels. Do you know what I mean? There's levels to the fight game, and I know I was out 2 years, but I was still training here with world-class guys, like Lloyd Cocker, for example. Do you know what I mean? I'm not in here training night after night with him, so there's still levels to it, and I just think, I feel with my experience, I was still maybe a level or two above Ferguson, and it showed, do you know what I mean? See there as well, that's a perfect example. We do a lot of training that. When people go to engage in the clinch, so they're not aware of what's happening elsewhere about them. So when you went engaged, I just started throwing hands. So the automatic, you're going to engage in the clinch as well.
Yeah.
So then you start throwing, and then that's obviously what led to that there.
And it was the elbow you caught him with that put him down. I don't think it was just the elbow. I think it was a lot going on before that, but the elbow put him down. You can actually see on Davie, you know, he's looking across at his corner here.
Similar to Ricardo Luiz.
Yeah, you can see the look in his face. You actually can see him, you know, it's just a wee shake of the head every now and again.
See as well that
he's not getting up for that.
I don't. I know that I did that there, but I don't actually celebrate. And because I thought that would have been disrespectful of me to Davie to celebrate, because at the end of the day he's helped me by taking the fight in 2 days, so I didn't want to jump about and say, I know it was my first fight back after 2 years, so inside I was happy and I was excited about it, but I didn't want to celebrate and everything else, because at the end of the day he was on the floor and he took that on 2 days' notice. So I mean, so I thought it would have been a bit disrespectful for me to do that, and at the end of the day I really like John Cullen who's in his corner. Do you know what I mean?
You can actually see a lot of John, the JC, coming through in these young fighters now. You can see a lot of his style coming through. Davie Ferguson, for instance, I think fights very similar to how JC fights. You know, he tries to come forward all the time, he tries to put pressure on all the time, which is difficult against somebody like you who's putting pressure on. You know, there's that wee bit more experience, there's that wee bit stronger. You know, that's when he's running into problems.
I think sometimes, and especially with Ferguson as well, shot selection is a big thing. So a lot of times you'll get guys, if they go upstairs and guys get guard up, they'll still throw upstairs. You think just why, you know, drop them, change your level, drop them trapped into the body and then set it off there, but they'll still throw. So selection's a bit different, and as well, like we're saying with that elbow, so when people go there, that elbow will slice somebody's guard every time. So it's just shot selection. But the thing I noticed with Ferguson is John Cullen was always known for his knees straight up the middle, going to the head, similar to the elbow, rather than going to the body, and Ferguson tried that a few times, and that's always a silly thing that's rubbed off of John onto his fighters, is the knee right up the middle.
After the Ferguson fight, your next fight coming up, again, as we touched on at the beginning, and why we're here, is your rematch against Ricardo Luiz on the 31st of March at the MTB in the Onyx in Linwood. Home. That's a home show. Home show.
Used to be really good, but we've now swapped over the other side.
As close as that gets, a home show as well. How's the preparation been going for that off the back of the Ferguson fight? Has that been a good setup for you?
It's actually really well, because obviously coming back off that was the 1st of the 2nd of December, that fight. So I took the rest of December off just for a bit of chill time and just to relax, and then as soon as the turn of the year came, then it was right back into training. But the good thing about having that fight in December was, before that my weight was obviously maybe 82, 83 kilo, which I've never been, but that's because I hadn't been training. So the training and the weight cut got me doing, so I hadn't to go above 80. So I was starting my fight, for the Ferguson fight, I started for the WOG fight, I started my fight camp at 82.5 kilo, which is the heaviest I've been. Whereas for this fight I started at 78.5. So it's a 4 kilo drop, and that's because I'm back training, and it's muscle and it's functional. Do you know what I mean?
What's the fight set at?
70 kilos, yeah. So it's the same weight as the last time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't want to change it. I didn't want to go up 72 or go low 60. I wanted to be the same. So I mean, so it's the same fight, it's the same rounds, it's the same weight.
And did you feel strong at that? Did you feel
at 72?
Yeah.
Aye. Obviously, it's 2 kilo. It may not sound a lot to the normal person, but when you're cutting down weight,
when you've not got 2 kilo to lose,
aye, it's different. But I made the weight fine. I didn't. Obviously, I had Lean Canteen help me, which is a really big help. So
that's
they got me
at
down,
Portuguese new place.
and and Shawlands. So they got me down. That brought my weight down perfect. And then all I done for the day was my water load, and then the rest of the day was in the bath, which wasn't a lot. So I came in fine, made the weight fine. The only thing that, see with the Ricardo Luiz, the first fight, I missed time my weight cut. A lot of people thought I didn't make it. I walked into the scales and I said to Vinny, I said, I'm heavy here. And he said, you need to go on the scales. And I knew in my head I was heavy. I still needed another 15 minutes in the bath. I think it was 0.5 over. And I stood in the scales and everybody was like, oh. So he said, I never missed weight. So, and I said, look, I just feel like to him, look, I know this, I've told you this before I go in. So obviously I went on that, but this time it was different. I'll no miss timing.
Yeah.
And I know now what I need to make my weight, and I'll make it fine.
And that's, I mean, a lot of people don't understand that, unless they're involved in the game. The weight cut, it doesn't just come down to days, it can come down to hours.
Aye.
How crucial that, you've got to be on that weight at that time. And getting there, can that time, that time
well, I saw it
doesn't last.
See recently, weight cutting's been getting a lot of bad press. If you look at the UFC with Joanna, the Polish,
Yep.
It's been a lot of bad press, and every fighter does it. Every boxer does it. Every cage fighter does it. Every Thai boxer does it. So it's just like to the average Joe public, they see these pictures of people lying on the floor wrapped in towels, and they automatically go, that's bad. It's not bad, it's just keeping heating, so you're sweating. I mean, there's nothing. They've done it. How many times have they fought? I mean, they've done it every fight for that. It's just the fact that these things are coming out. And sometimes you may get a bad weight cut, and then that's when everybody jumps on and says, oh, this is a shit, it needs to stop.
On the night, I guess you can expect, your usual support coming along to support you. Very, very vocal,
Yes.
boys and girls coming along.
We don't travel lightly, Stuart.
Never.
Team-handed, that's what I like to call it, team-handed.
We can hear on that the Ferguson video there just how noisy they are when you win.
That's a massive thing for any fighter, I imagine. Like I said, it's walking over that top rope and just seeing just a massive body, just way bit of reputation, but it's part and parcel.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about you. A lot of fighters, they're in it for the fight. They like the fight, they like to fight, and that's it. They don't sort of necessarily like the razzmatazz round about, whereas you do. You enjoy all this. You enjoy the razzmatazz. You enjoy the fans. You enjoy the walk-in. You enjoy every aspect of it.
Do you know, one thing I done that fight there, which I've maybe not done before, is I took it all in. I took my time walking down the ring, and when I get in the ring, I kind of looked about and I just thought, this is amazing, this is fucking brilliant. So I'm just taking everything in, whereas sometimes people get in the zone and they get their game face on and it's all, look at me, I'm a fighter. Whereas I was just like myself, this is what I'm all about.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was class. And then obviously, like I said, I think it was maybe just shy of 100 for that fight there, which is what I normally take in every fight. So it's something special, but it's amazing.
It definitely is. I mean, when you're walking in an arena, 1,000, 1,200 people standing there, all screaming their name, it is something.
Aye. I missed it. I did.
Is that what brought you back? It was the only miss of the fight, you just missed
all the people chanting my name, right?
So, obviously you've got your fans following, you've got a bit of our support. Have you got any sponsors?
I've got one of the local guys in Neilston. He's just opened up his own garage, Styles Services. I spoke to him and he said he would want to come aboard, and I said, look, I'm happy with that.
There you go, you need to pay for it now, because the camera's Give me the shout out, check better be in the post.
But it's just, I don't go looking for it now. But I don't know if that's been big-headed, I don't know. But I suppose if I'm out chasing people saying, can you sponsor me, they're saying to me, is there any chance we can sit down and talk and do something? I'm like, no problem.
And that's with respect to where you are. The level that you've taken it to, and how you've got there, because it's not just about getting there, it's how you get there as well. You know, it's how you represent the sport, it's how you represent yourself, and that's what encourages sponsors to come on, because they're looking for you to represent them in the same way.
Yeah, I'm not shy of sitting in front of a camera. So I always try and go and do something different. I'm always doing something different than everybody else. I think a lot of people are scared to put their neck in the line and do something different in case people go, oh, look at him. Like I document a lot of my stuff on social media like Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. I'm not scared to put it out. Like I'll go out if I'm out to run, or if I'm in here training, or if we're doing different things. It's just building the fight. Like, the younger fighters in here sometimes say to me, what do you do that for, and blah blah blah, but like, when I say to them, you sell 20 tickets, I sell 120, so it's the difference, do you know what I mean?
That's what it does.
And it builds exposure for everybody.
Yep.
So rather than just sitting quiet and saying, oh, I'm not going to post that on Facebook in case him for that gym says, oh, look at you, why are you doing that? So I mean, I'll do what I want.
Yeah, you see that on social media all the time, especially young fighters. You know, they'll post maybe the week before a fight and somebody will say, oh, you're fighting on that show. You know, it's obviously somebody they've known for a long time that hasn't got a clue they're fighting on a show where they've been matched for the last 10 weeks. Mm-hmm. You know, you would think for the 10 weeks that they're going to be telling everybody. You know,
you're building up. I try and always a weekly thing. I'll try and do it a weekly thing. It just keeps everybody in the know.
Lets everybody know you're still fighting.
It builds it as well for John, because at the end of the day, the MTB series, you know what I mean, it's only going to get bigger if more people know about it. And if we constantly post on social media, it just gets it about, which benefits everybody.
So 31st of March, on X in Linwood, and it's the next instalment of MTB. Have we got a name for the show yet?
I don't think there's an official name, but we're going to call it Revenge.
Revenge. That's your name for it?
Aye, I'm calling it that myself.
There you go, mate. You're saying your show's now been named officially. So,
well, that's what it's all about.
It is.
The main man is giving it a name.
It is. There we are. It's been Christmas.
Aye.
JR, I wish you all the best for it.
Thank you very much, Stuart.